Subject, so-called on the down low, which they're not on the down low.
Oh, here we go. We done went right out of metaphysics into the down low.
What is the connection between, I see a lot of women who hang out with homosexuals. What is that? Is that a secret relationship going on there?
Well, you have to remember that the homosexual is like a woman. He is the one who sets the context for how women dress. It's still a man that dresses women. Yes. A kind of a man. But she's still looking to the authority of the male principle. Yes. And women are ashamed to surrender to that particular part of it because it's like, well, how could you be the man? And why are you allowed to do all that shit? Because, we're men, and so what? You are allowed to do a whole lot of shit you want to do. I couldn't do it and didn't want to do it. But there is this thing where the masculine principle becomes the guide to the feminine principle. It always is that. I don't give a damn who it is that comes talking about most of the time when it began to switch the paradigm and women began to become more masculine. And that's when you see the change in the paradigm and the change in the equilibrium. Once that happens, you know that shift to the women becoming or feeling the masculine principle more than the male principle, and then the males feeling feminine more than masculine, that means that there is a crash coming. The equilibrium is out of sync, and it means something has to be readjusted. That's why at the end of every great civilization, you read in their books that every time homosexuality was rampant in the before it came down. I'm not even talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm talking about real countries, Rome, Greece, Kemet. Everybody started switching up on the gender principle because it was all right to do. As creators, you could fuck it up if you want, but if you mess with the equilibrium, you mess with the peace. You mess with all of the ways that peace may come about. The relationship between the homosexual male and the female is that the woman wants the type of analysis and analytical logic that the male principle has, but gives it through a female dynamic. Most of the ways that the women, especially in entertainment and all that talk, is gay talk. Girlfriend was not about a girl talking about their girlfriend. It was about faggots talking to each other. Break it down. It was faggots calling each other girlfriend that the sisters picked up on. Where do you think this came from? Okay. That was not women did that. It was gay faggots doing that shit. Who you think dresses these models on the runway? It's all gay men. Yes. If they aren't, they're on the down low. You know what I mean? But they're not ashamed anymore because it's all right. In fact, the more flaming you are, the better, the more they'll look for you now. TV program. Yeah, that TV. Who's this blonde asshole that comes on? I mean, he's from England. Oh man! And then these square eye for the straight guy. Queer what? Queer eye. No, somebody come with a queer eye at me. Yeah, you got to have a queer eye if you can't see what's happened or what's happening around you. To tell you the truth, listen, I ain't got nothing but love for everybody. But when they try to make me think that this distortion they want to call a society is what it is, then that's bullshit. I got to just say, okay, I'm not part of that. And I'm going to talk about it. But the relationship between gay is that, first and foremost, especially the relationship between gay and women usually have beautiful women with relationships to gay men. Because most of the time they are constantly under barrage. The men want the pussy and that's it. So they feel safe talking to a man who don't want none of that. That's where will and grace come in. Grace can be herself. She just, I mean, before there's things that you shouldn't or even talk about as a woman out in the public, private shit. She's talking to him about it. Yeah. Have you ever watched that show? Yeah. Man, and the other guy is just the flame of the week, the month, the year. He and she, he wants what she wants. She can't get what she wants because he ends up wanting it. It's madness. And that's the way the shows go. Now everybody play. Now if you watch Will and Grace, all these Hollywood stars, big time stars, come and do cameos on there. Michael Douglas and all these, ooh, is that who you really are? Because they be playing gay folks. Good too. Anyway, I didn't want to get into that. I wanted to get and stay here where we at. Yes, beloved.
So is America, we're ready for fall? Because did you see us ready? I don't know whether you discussed before I got here.
Yeah.
Are we ready for the fall?
Well, we are already starting the spiral towards that. We first have to go into complete fascistic state. We have to completely see the jackboots marching through the city before people start saying, oh shit.
Yeah, I just saw in the Amsterdam this week, 1,000 gays and lesbians took a boat, a cruise to the Bahamas.
Yeah, that was with Rosie O'Donnell, and they had a picket there to shut them out. Thank God. Yeah, well, the Bahamians are not. The people who went down there and said they shouldn't be there and picketed the boat because Rosie O'Donnell sponsored this gay family cruise. A family values cruise with nothing but gay people. Oh, okay. But understand what I'm saying to you. This quasi-family state is set up to destroy the structures that keep the specific, how do you say it, the modular relationship that helps to evolve each one. See, you choose by who you are what it is you wish to participate in. Now, if you choose the female body, it means that the vibratory frequency of feelings is what you want to participate in. So the female body is the best antenna for the principle that has come to be deduced and reduced into what is known as feelings. So there are certain nerve structures, there are certain dynamics, there are certain shapes, there are certain things that you have to be. Everything about you is inside. So everything about you would be more in contact with your internal. So you by nature would be more into the induction process. You induct things, you feel things on a greater level, on a deeper level. You have the capacity for empathy. You can feel the communication of the baby that comes from your womb because the cries are vibratory wave patterns that are aligned within your own matrix if you're sensitive as a woman. So you'll know what the baby needs changing. That's a change cry. That's a food cry. That's a I want to walk cry. That's a stretch my arms, Ma, that, I'm a little, what do you call it? You'll know that if you maintain all the things necessary for your substructures to be female, feminine. If you do anything to mess with that, then you invite that small part. And you notice that the yin-yang is shaped in such a way that it's a black and a white with a tiny white in the black and a tiny black in the white. That is the equilibrium that keeps you polarized to the third dimension, because all things are of the unitary body. So you will carry a part of the one and the other. That's what creates the attraction on other metaphysical levels. That's why they say, well, she does things like me. She likes the things I like. Well, he likes the things I like. Well, why is that?